Okay, welcome again to another screencast tutorial of Adobe Illustrator. Anyways, right here, I created an object with actually the word fish. Now, in order to create this, you need one of two things. Objects of shapes and pretty much the word fish. So I'm going to start off with our word fish by going to the type tool and type in fish. Make sure it's all caps, so turn on the caps lock right here, FISH. And as a recommendation, make sure you set your font to impact. Once you have that, resize it just a tad bit. Next, what you're going to do is on your tool, on your shape tool right here, onto your left, you're going to left click and drag. Actually, left click and select and hold. What you're going to do is go to the little arrow onto your right to open your little widget right here. So it's always there at your axis. So what you're going to do next, make sure you change up the fill. Make sure you set it up as a gray. You're going to select the ellipses tool or the circle tool and make an oval. There should be no stroke value here, so everything should be fine. So once you have that, what you're going to do is modify the circle by sort of using the handles of the anchor points, and you're going to create a little tip. So what you're going to do is select your direct select tool, and what you're going to do is what the direct select tool does is isolate the anchor points within the geometrical shape. You're going to hover to your anchor point right here to your left side. You're going to select, and what you have, it activates not only your anchor point, but also your handles. So once you have that, press Alt and hold. Then you're going to hover to the top handle. Once you see the little green highlight that says handle, the next step is select left mouse and hold and drag to make like a little point right here. Going to repeat the same process right here on the bottom end. So you should have this little tip. So it should look like a seed. Now, once you already have that, go back to your V key, which is your selection tool, V as in victorious. What we're going to do is duplicate it. So I'm going to hold the Alt key again, and what it does to my arrows, it has double arrows. That means I'm going to duplicate it. So lift, click, and drag, and release my mouse to make a duplicate shape. This time around with this one, I'm going to use the direct select tool again, but on the other side, on my right hand side, and I'm going to change up the handles and sharpen the points right here. Now it should look like an eye right here. So once you have that, what you're going to do is select your rectangle tool. Next, you're going to hover near to the center pathway of your circle, or your oval, correction. And what you can do is click and drag, and you're going to cover the first half of your right. What we're going to do is use the Pathfinder tool. If you don't have the Pathfinder tool, go to Window, Pathfinder, and it'll open your widget. Now, we're going to select both objects by selecting Shift and left mouse click. So it should be two of these. Now, what you're going to do is select minus front, and what it does, it chops off this half here and makes it into sort of like a triangle-ish shape. So it's going to make a basic fin. Once you have that, go to the pen tool. You are going to select the pen tool. What you're going to do is hover to the center of your object. Let's see. It should turn into a little plus sign on the side of the pen tool. Once you have that, left mouse click once, and it should have inserted a new anchor. You're going to select the center anchor point that you recently created and use the directional keys, which is to your left, to make a fin. Once you have made the fin, you're going to drag it over here and and just put it together, piece it together with the other part, and you're going to make yourself a fish. So once you have that, shift select both objects and you are going to unite them using the unite mode. This will create one whole object. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going to select my fish, and what I'm going to do is resize it so it could fit into the actual object here. So more or less this looks just fine. I'm going to bring it down here. Now, what I'm going to do is go to type. Make sure you selected your word fish. Go to type and create outlines. It's going to outline the type and it's going to make it into an object. Next, what you're going to do is select both objects here. Make sure your fish word is under the fish object. So just a rule of thumb. Again, select both objects here. Go to Object, Envelope Distort, and select Make with Top Object. And voila, you made yourself a fish. But this concludes the tutorial here. I will help you individually, and I will provide you the video. Thank you.